Hey everyone, Chef Jason Hill here, and today I'm going to prepare a salmon on cedar planks on the grill, and it's a recipe that we got from Paley's place, and it's in Portland, Oregon, a great little restaurant. It's our friend's favorite place to go, and I made this just this past Christmas, and everybody loved it, so let me show you how to do it. All right, the recipe calls for a 2-pound fillet of salmon, preferably with the skin on and from the belly of the fish. So I've already rinsed and patted dry the fillet, and I'm just going to rub my fingers down each little crevice to see if I feel any bones protruding, and I don't. If I did, I'd take my little tweezers and pick them out. Let's prep the marinade. Okay, this is really easy. I have a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of kosher salt, and then you're going to need the zest from 2 oranges. I have my little zester here. I'm just going to drop it in there. Remember, you don't want to keep going back and forth and get any of the white part of the rind because that's bitter. So just work your way around the orange here. Now let's just bring this together. You can mix it up with your hand. Okay, in order for the fish to fit on my cedar planks, I'm going to have to cut it in half. All right, I'm just going to take one of my cedar planks and kind of measure it out so it's equal. Cut right down the center. Place the fish into a casserole dish or anything that you can hold the fish for the marinating process. And that's what we're doing here. I'm going to sprinkle on the brown sugar, orange zest, salt mix. Get a good amount on each one. Okay, let's cover this with plastic, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator and marinate for at least 2 hours. All right, while the salmon's marinating, it's time to prep up the rest of our ingredients. Okay, the recipe calls for 1 sweet onion, and I've peeled it, cut off the ends. I'm going to cut it in half. We want thin slices. I'm just going to take my knife, get as thin as you possibly can. All right, and I have about a 1/2 cup of fresh basil leaves here. I'm just going to kind of give this a rough chop. You don't want to chop it too much. It'll end up kind of bruising it, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be on the grill. After we prep the basil and the onion, it's time to season our cedar planks. So on each side, we're going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil. Take a spatula or use your hand and just rub the oil in there. And flip it over and do the same thing. And then on the side that you're going to lay your fish down, we need garlic shallot puree or chopped garlic. About a teaspoon on each one. I like this recipe because it actually says to char these. So these are actually going to catch on fire. That's why we're putting oil on them. After the fish has been in the refrigerator for about an hour, I'm going to turn it and marinate the other side. Just rub it around all over. Get some more off of here. Let's put it back in the refrigerator for another hour. The fish is finally done marinating, so now let's put them on the planks. And we're going to put them on the planks skin side down. I know there's no skin on here, but that is the skin side. And any of the leftover marinade you can scoop out of your dish and put it on top. Now we're just going to cover it with the onions and basil. And you want to put a lot of these onions on here because this is actually going to give it flavor And it's going to protect the fish from burning once these planks catch fire. And grab about half the basil, sprinkle all over the onions. Try and get the onions to stick on the sides as best you can. Look how pretty that is. Fresh basil on there. It smells delicious. That's it. I've had the grill preheating on high now, and it's about 450 degrees in there. We're going to go ahead and open it up, and we're going to get each plank to catch fire, hopefully. Let's get our first plank over here. It's starting to catch. The oil's dripping down. And like I said, the onions are protecting it from burning. Let's see if this one will catch. Now the recipe says if your grill isn't catching fire, you can put a few drops of olive oil down in there. So maybe I'll try that. Oh man, the aroma of the cedar plank, onion, basil coming off there. This is a fun dish. Okay, the flames have gone out. I'm gonna set the salmon in the center of my grill, and I'm gonna turn this one in the middle down to a low. We're gonna cover it, and it's gonna continue to cook for about another 10 to 15 minutes. Oh man, this is a perfect meal for Valentine's Day or any romantic dinner that you have in mind. All right, if you want your salmon to be medium rare, you want to pull it off between 130 and 135 degrees Fahrenheit. I've got my little probe thermometer here. Take the temperature and let it do its thing. And it's getting up to almost 140. We're ready. I'd like to thank Paley's Place in Portland, Oregon for putting this recipe in their cookbook. My wife has had salmon prepared hundreds of different ways, and she claims that this is the best. Thanks for tuning in. For more simple and delicious recipes, click on these links. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.